Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to City Skylines in New Gruntings. The city has progressed and we now have a liberal arts school, the Hall of Laser Marks, and Lucidus's technical school all leveling up pretty nicely. We have a fair bit of industry and a heck of a lot more demand. Also a hydroelectric dam, which is kind of pooling up a lot of the grossness in the water, and also is apparently not producing anything because hydropower plants are kind of finicky in this game. They really always are. They look really cool conceptually. You'd think that this should produce more than enough power for the entire city, but for some reason it's going to be a bit of a problem, at least for a bit. Anyway, what do we want to do? Well, I would like to continue expanding out a bit more in this approximate area, but I don't want to go too much further with the residential commercial than we already have, because I don't want to risk this stuff getting too downwind of all of our industrial sectors. I do want to continue improving our education, and I do think one of the reasons we have low-ish education down over here is specifically because we have a low education industry in this area, which means people are moving closer to the industry in order to, be close to their jobs. So this place is filling up with people who aren't educated very well. And the thing about education in this game is every individual pop does have an age. You really need to catch them while they're young to get them to go through elementary school, then high school, etc. And if they skip one of those steps, then they stay uneducated for their entire adult lives. So as long as we are producing enough capacity for all of the city, which I think we have more than enough at this point, over time, we should see more and more of this filtering from uneducated and higher up the tier. Hence why I think we're getting a lot more highly educated as adults are going off to school. Going for the policy that did go for was it education boost? Yeah. That increases the odds that people are going to be deliberately going for education and not work, so more likely that high schoolers don't drop out, that kind of thing. We could improve this a little bit further if we were to make use of blimps with educational messages on them. And I've never played with blimps before, but that could be kind of fun. Where do I even find blimps? Actually, now that I think about it. I have no idea where blimps are. Hang on, let me find all this. Never mind, that didn't take too long. It's under air transportation. Okay, so if we wanted to place down a big honkin' air depot, we can do something kind of like that, and then we place down some of these blimp stops. How big are these? They are shockingly large. Blimps are probably not the best method of transportation I could think of, honestly. They kind of probably suck. But wouldn't it be cool to be one of those kids who arrives at school via blimp? I don't think it's actually a very good investment at all. It really probably is not. But it would look kind of cool, wouldn't it? So let's try for it. Hang on. I'm going to go ahead and set up a blimp stop right next to the educational technical schools over here. And we probably should have one over here as well, next to the Hall of Laser Marks. I'll go ahead and place one right along here. That should be fine. And then we'll have another one over, where do we want to do this? Could place one over here, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe we place one right over here-ish? Tear down quite a few buildings in the process, but okay. We'll get a blimp in 3 crucial areas of the city. And then we place down one of these stinking blimp depots, which I'm sure I can place down over here or something like that with no consequence. Sure, 20,000 bucks. This is kind of becoming more of a utility area for the city anyway. All right, so we have a blimp depot, which means now I need to set up a blimp route, which I think I can do from here up to... I can do splines? I guess I can do an actual pattern. Hang on. We'll do something like this. Would you like to ride in my beautiful balloon? Does a blimp count as a balloon, actually? I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it does not. Well, we'll go over this way. I'm trying to deliberately make sure that there's a lot of educational messaging going on. Hang on. Place one up over here. There we go. Okay. And then this one is going to fly all the way over the city. Down to this way. And it's going to go up over here. And then it's going to land up over here. And then we go over this way. I don't really care about the industrial area. They're never going to change their lives. And we're going to go over this residential area and make it look really cool. And then we're going to come down over here and right over the waste treatment that hopefully no one looks down and sees. And then we come over here and... oh, wait. No, this isn't where we want to be at all. Hang on. There. We kind of loop it all together like that, right? Am I doing this right? These blimp stops. Stop for blimps. Connect blimp stops to a blimp line. So now we just need to get our blimp lines. And I guess we can click somewhere here to create a new line that goes from here to here to here And then all the way over here as well to complete the line. There! We technically have added a whole new form of transportation into the city. Let's see how it looks. And there goes our first blimps. Oh, first couple of blimps, actually. Go Nuts Donuts and Slurpees. Is this place owned by Dunkin' Donuts and 7-Eleven? I have no idea. Let's change up our policies, though. So we said we wanted to do educational blimps, and this doesn't cost anything. And I think it has a chance of slightly boosting up your education level, even if you are an adult. So this is great. Now, it hasn't changed anything yet, but I'm sure it will once it reaches its first stop. Are you guys going to spread out at all? Because having all three of you guys launching simultaneously seems like a really bad idea. Books! Ladies and gentlemen, books! Read more books! I feel smarter already. Oh, the dam appears to be finally working. We're getting 224-ish megawatts of power. All right, that's plenty. That should keep us going for, like, almost the rest of the game. All right, finally. Just got to make sure we clean up all that poo water, and all of our problems shall go away. So I kind of want to set up a bit of a national park. Well, I say national park. Just a park area of some sort, you know? And again, I'm not entirely sure what is involved in that. I've never tried it before, but I'd like to give it a go. So if we were to set up a park area like this, and let's suppose that I did actually want to stick with this and make this into my park. All right, let's just try it and say that this right here is going to be my park. Is it a very large park? No, it's not a very large park, but it might be enough to at least get me started with it. So we have a park, okay. City park area, size, so many cells, attractiveness, park areas, overview, blah, 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 policies, okay. So if I then go to, what is it, parks and plazas, and nature reserve, is that what I want? We have a zoo, amusement park, city park. Maybe this is what I want. No, this is if I want to create my own, like, little personal small parks. Which is kind of like something I've already been doing. Park side gates, park plaza, park cafe, blah, 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 blah. No, what if I don't want to do that? Props. I don't want to do an amusement park. Maybe we do want to make this a nature reserve, at least for now. Sure. Allows tickets to be sold. And then we can place down... what? Campfire? Tents? Oh, it's like a little camping area. Yes. Okay, this is what we want. Hang on. Let me place down some roads. Okay. So we can place down a main gate or a small nature reserve main gate. I guess this is technically smaller, isn't it? So what if I place down a small little main gate right along here? Yeah, I don't know what the difference is, really. Hang on. Entertainment 50 versus 50. It appears that this one's just better in every way. Why would I want to do a large one when I can do a small one for less cost? I'm going to do the large one anyway, because you never know if it's going to make a difference. All right, we placed that. Congratulations! We have Evergreen Nature Reserve. I'm sorry, I can't accept that name. Stand by. The Raging Muffin, your name has been pulled. I'm going to call this the Muffin Crater. Is it a crater? Doesn't look like a crater to me. However... maybe many millions of years ago, it was a crater and it's mostly filled in and you just can't tell the difference. I don't know. Alright, so we have the Muffin Crater, which means now we need to place down some campfire areas and some nature sites. But I think we also need, walking paths. So maybe we start by placing down, like, some little fences just to make sure that everyone understands you stay the frickin' heck out of here. So hang on, let me try placing down some of these. Okay, there we go. We got a nice little fence for this entire area. Okay, and then we need to set up some paving. Decorations or just regular? Well, what kind of decorations? It has lights. Oh, lights are good. Okay. Maybe we do a mainly lit path and then one without lights so that people can set down their campfire sites. I'm going to do a big loop of this area, I think. Okay, we'll try something kind of like this, and then if we place down some campfire sites, how about one up over this way? Nice and out of the way from people. A campfire site over here. Make sure you guys don't light a fire during dry season. That's how bad things happen. And we can place down some tents, a small portable tent, larger tents. Entertainment value goes up for every one of these that we place down. And it looks like they don't have to be on the road, which is interesting. So I guess we can just go ahead and place down a whole mess of these things and see if we enjoy this. Yeah, sure, why not? Build all your tents. Okay, there we go. Sure, we've got some little tents here and there, a couple of campfires, a nice little walking path for everybody. Do we want to place down some props? Sure, how about a nice little gazebo and perhaps a little fountain right over here. And we'll need, of course, some trash cans so that people know to throw their nonsense out. So we'll place a couple of these by all the tents and stuff so that people will keep the park nice and beautiful. Yes, yes, a couple little things like this. Make sure that nobody forgets. Don't be a moron. Throw out your garbage. I kind of wish that some of these actually like snapped to the road in some way to be useful. Because placing down park benches and having to rotate these things around is a little annoying and tedious, I'm not going to lie. But I'm placing down a few of these just so that people can look at the gigantic, magnificent rocks if they so desire. There we go. It's a perfect option. And maybe you guys like having a few little benches so you guys can watch the water. Don't go into the water. It's treacherous. There's lots of crazy salmon in there, but there you go. What's all this? Spinning wheels? Beer garden benches? Most of this doesn't seem useful. Standing stones? I don't think I want to place down any of these. These seem fake. Very artificial. Kiosks for tourist information. Yes. We should place one of these right at the park entrance like so. There we go. So out of curiosity, how exactly did we do here? Entertainment until next level. 598 out of 250. Holy cram. Seems like we found a lot of entertainment value out of this one. Okay. So all we need are some visitors to come to the park, to Muffin Crater. Nice! Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think this place looks pretty good. Maintenance. Where do I need to do as far as maintenance? I hadn't thought about that, but we probably need some sort of a groundskeeper, don't we? Well, maybe not. I have no idea. I mean, it is a nature reserve. It's not like it needs to be incredibly well manicured. Holy crap, look at all the traffic coming off of this direction. Oh, geez. Okay. Seems like a lot of people are choosing to use this bridge and not any of the other bridges. We might want to get ourselves another one just to try and divert the flow of traffic a little bit. Something kind of like this, maybe? I don't know. It may or may not end up helping a little bit. I just know that this is not a sustainable solution into the main city. Yikes, dude. Maybe we can add another really large road that goes all the way around over here, because I actually would like to continue expanding into this huge tile that we bought and have made zero use of at this point. But I do want to keep Uthrid Corner intact and more or less untouched and left alone, so I'm good with this being what it is. What actually would be nice is to build off another little highway connection down over here, just so that people can connect up. But if I did that, where would I go, you know? I mean, maybe we could set up a little highway ramp that kind of forms a loop down over here and eventually ties in, but I can't buy this tile. So there's not a lot of really good spots for me to actually get, like, a highway over here for better transportation. Unless we bought this tile. Oh, there's an idea. I can't buy another tile right now, but if we bought this tile, we could build out a large highway extension that goes all the way around the edge of the map and then ties in down this direction. Yeah, that would be one way of really changing up the traffic patterns in the city. Okay, I could be down for that. I would also like to take advantage of our tourism that surely is starting to get into the city and maybe add in a more attractive zone over here. So, for example, if I were to add in a new, more generic district, let's say something kind of like this, right? This big area right here. And then I were to go to our district specializations, not industrial, commercial, there we go. There's the tourism specialization and the leisure specialization. Causes noise pollution, but overall is not that bad, and commercial zones end up being significantly more impactful. So if I place down something there, you can't have both tourism and leisure, though. It has to be one or the other. But I could do this. That wouldn't be too bad. And maybe make it an IT cluster as well for if we're going to be placing down any sort of offices. No. No, never mind. I don't think we're going to do any offices over here. I think it's going to be all coming down to commercial specialization. Okay. You know what? Let's actually take a break from the patrons for a little bit and just reward some of our moderators and staff. I'm going to call this place the JP. Because it sounds hip and cool and the kind of place you'd want to have some sort of leisure. And this place is going to be pretty much entirely commercial. Now, this place may take a little while to properly grow, and that's partly because we don't have an absolute ton of tourists. Placing down a really nice park and stuff might help with that a little bit. We could place down, oh, I don't know. What's going to get me tourism? Let me think. Well, we could place down a tourist arch, which actually increases our tourist capacity of roads by 5%. That can be helpful. Then maybe a gigantic mall? Yeah, sure, a gigantic mall. Okay. We could also try placing down the floating gardens. These guys look kind of cool, I think. Place it down something kind of like this, maybe. There we go. So we have gardens that are grown in the water directly underneath it. So we have algae and stuff. I don't know. It's an algae farm. People are crazy what they're going to go tour for. How about the Expo Center or a Science Center or services? No, no, no. High interest? No, no, no. Ziggurat Garden. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. We could place down a giganto ziggurat. Yes. I want to place down a giganto ziggurat. Here it is. Okay. This seems like plenty of tourism opportunities here, guys. Move in. So let's see. We've got the Game Cave, the Iron Person Gym, the Spectacular Bowl... Because you can't call it Iron Man Gym. Is that what's going on? Because that's too gender exclusive. Spectacular Bowling Restaurant Ravioli. Another gym. Okay. Snip Snip Salon Space Bowling. Another gym. Play All You Want Arcade. Game halls. Stand-up clubs. There we go. Lots of ravioli restaurants, too. This guy is really aggressive with his franchising. And for funsies, I'm extending the JP out to cover some residential zoning over here, some high-density, self-sufficient buildings. Of course, these guys are going to be using up less trash, water, electricity, etc. And as they grow up, they're going to look more and more green. I mean, like, literally. Kind of like the ziggurat over here. There's going to be green, I don't know, ivy and vines kind of flowing down the sides. Very mossy. It's going to look nice, though, I think, and it fits with the theme that we are going for. Very hip and cool, because it's cool to be an environmentalist. Another academic report for me. Looks like the Hall of Laser Marks actually was able to get another couple hundred students or so that's pretty nice. And the technical school got several hundred more, and they got another academic work and have gained a reputation level. Yay! All right, we got to move on to the technical school and have some more fun with this. Okay, so let's see. For our education and our technical school, what else did we unlock? So now we have access to, this is all normal, an outdoor study, a gymnasium, a cafeteria, and a fountain. All of which seem pretty nice. I think we need a cafeteria. Cafeterias make a lot of sense to me. Everyone likes a good cafeteria. We're going to place one down right over... I guess right over here is fine, sure. So we're trying to increase our campus attractiveness up to 450. How you do this exactly without just spamming buildings all over the place, I don't really know. But the good news is we're getting plenty of students now. Let's go ahead and try to get ourselves another academic work. And I'm going to go ahead and do, let's say, an artisanry grant. So we can almost guarantee that we will get another one. Just kind of meeting that goal. And then, yeah, more attractiveness. More attractiveness. Well, parks and stuff are certainly attractive. People like parks. We can place one down over here and get rid of the stuff that I very carefully curated, but I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that's fine. We're going to place... Oh, no, I'll have to get rid of some pathing. Wait, maybe not. Where do I want to place this stuff? I'll be honest, I kind of think this outdoor study hall thing is just kind of an eyesore. I really don't think I like the look of it, like, at all. Still, maybe it's a really good central hub that we can use for placing down, let's say, some more dormitories and stuff. Is that a thing? I don't think it is, if I'm being completely honest. I think if we place this down here, it's going to have no road. Well, apparently not. Oh, okay. I don't think I understand how this is supposed to work. It looks kind of weird to me, but oh, all right. Maybe I can use the Move It tool to make it look better. There we go. Yeah. If I use the Move It tool to kind of join up some of the roads and stuff, this looks a little bit better. Path or road access required. Never mind. Never mind. I was right the first time. It wasn't going to work. Okay. Well, even if it looks a little bit weird, it does give me access to place down a few more buildings. So we can place down a couple more dormitories off in this direction, for example. Kind of forming a nice little quad, I guess. Sure, why not? And then maybe we do want to place down like a gymnasium. Wait, did we already get the cafeteria? We did. Okay, so all we're really missing, I think, is the gymnasium, which I can place down over here, kind of like this. That looks pretty good. Sure, a whole new wing to the technical center. And it is still not enough to get us extra campus attractiveness. It's also costing me way more than it's bringing in, but that's all right. As long as we get more educated citizens, that's okay. One of the weird things about a technical school or a liberal arts college or university, anything that uses the campus, custom campus expansion here, one of the things that's weird about it is it actually can go down a level if you fail to meet certain criteria. So right now we're trying to get up to level 3 with more academic works and students and attractiveness. But if for whatever reason we lose a lot of attractiveness or we lose a bunch of students, it can always drop down a level. That cannot happen with your industries or your national parks and so on. So it's kind of a weird little thing you gotta do with these campuses. Once you build them, you need to keep them exciting for a good long while. Whoop, and Muffin Crater has reached level 2, apparently, giving us access to some viewing decks and a tent camping site, so I don't have to individually place down all of these guys. Okay, sure, let's go ahead and go to the Nature Reserve and see if we can take a look at some of these new ones. So, yeah, it's a pretty nice little camping site. If I were to set something up over here, we could do so. It would get rid of a fence, but we could always fix that later. So, sure, how about a tent camping site right over there? And then, maybe another one somewhere else. We're going to place one that's not going to ruin all of my nice rocks. I need to keep these rocks up and running. Maybe one over here, but it would mess up the roads. I don't even know why it would mess up the roads. Why don't you just attach to the roads? Weirdness. Hang on. Okay, got a couple more of those in there. And as far as viewing areas, oh boy, I don't know what to do with these. What if I place a viewing area right up over along here? Get rid of a couple of trees, but it's a nice, perfect area to look down on the rest of this. Yeah, actually, I kind of dig that. I think that looks pretty darn good. And then for funsies, what about another one right over there so you can see even more? Look at this. Look at me go. I'm actually putting together like a legit nature reserve and stuff. The Muffin Crater's looking great. Now, to be fair, it's not exactly making me a lot of money. We're charging just enough money to kind of break even at this point in terms of expenses, but still, plenty of entertainment here for a good long while. All we need to do is just wait around until we get some more visitors and we can level up again. Just realized we have a whole bunch of dead bodies stacking up over here in Uthrid Corner. Right, because we hadn't had any crematorium services. Problem solved. We need to keep building up our population if we want to get some of the last special milestones unlocked. And for that, we need to get up to, what, 32,000 population? I want to get myself another tile and stuff, dang it. The only way we're going to get that highway connection to work is if I can buy out this other tile down here. So, let's see if we can't expand the population with a whole new section, which I'm going to have to give a name, of course. Give me 1 second. And for this one, we have Commander Cody, who got his name pulled. So we're going to call this one just, District Cody. Sure, why not? Yeah, oh, not my most creative, I'm aware, but it should do the job. Let's see, what kind of special policies might we want to use over here? Nothing along here, I don't think. What I do want to do is go to District Specialization, and we are going to require, again, some more sustaining household, just because I think it adds a little bit of a more interesting feel and kind of texture to the city itself. We're going to make District Cody more distinct from all of its friends. Also, IT clusters, because we have plenty of education at this point. Lots of educated workers are coming out to play, so I want to make sure that we have some places for them to work. That said, let's also make sure we get ourselves another school, elementary school of some sort. These guys just don't have anywhere near enough range. The community schools are better for that, actually. They do have better range across the board. So even though they're more expensive to operate, in smaller sections, this isn't so bad. We can give that one a shot, and then maybe also place down an equivalent of the high school right here as well. There we go. Okay, so we have education set up. Now I need some parks. There we go. Botanical garden, a couple other parks should do the job pretty nicely. Now we just need to get some utilities and some zoning. And actually, before we have people move in, maybe we should see if there's some sort of unique building I would like to have over here. Something that's not going to cause too much traffic. A central park. Oh, it's pretty big. It's pretty darn big. Not sure we quite want that. Museum of Ancient Arts. Ooh, now there's an idea. That sounds kind of cool. This might cause a bit of tourism and stuff that I'm not sure that I want, is the only downside. A modern art museum. Yeah, we got a few options here if we want to make this kind of exciting. All right, sure. Let's go ahead and place down a modern art museum and then maybe something else that's a little bit smaller. Don't think we necessarily need the climate research station. I guess we could. Maybe a lungs of the city. I actually don't remember what this does. It's worth a lot of entertainment. It's just a place with lots of big redwood trees, I think. That's all it is. Which is nice. Don't get me wrong. redwood trees are awesome. But how about instead we place down something like an official park? Okay, looking pretty good. Here we go. District Cody should be building up pretty nicely. Can't imagine why it wouldn't. Very good real estate, I would say. Gigantic rock. Everyone likes a gigantic rock. Some parks, a museum. It's got everything you could possibly want. Except for, perhaps, I don't know, public transportation. And that seems to have more or less satisfied my demand for this foreseeable future. Now, I am a little bit worried about noise pollution, so one thing we could do is go to our roads and our highways, and we should be able to place down some sound barrier versions of the roads, so I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade these like so. And this at least will reduce the amount of noise that's going to be leaking into my city, because nobody likes listening to a really busy city. And then, of course, every opportunity we get placing down some trees does help ever so slightly. Okay, this looks pretty good. Now we do actually want to get some public transportation. There we go, a couple more stops like that should work. And actually, let's go ahead and create a line that goes all the way from District Cody to the JP. I think that sounds like a brilliant idea. We're going to place a stop down over here. And then we just need to get a stop up over here and then send it all the way back. There we go. That should help reduce traffic at least a little bit. Not a great amount still. We probably need to make use of a lot more buses and stuff. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get some sort of monorail system or tram system set up as well. Anything that helps to reduce congestion, because look how many cars are trying to get off over here. And it should look to me like they have plenty of room to go. It's just, even then with this exit, it's so close to a major intersection that a lot of these cars are stuck because they all want to turn right. Like, this is a prime example of where things go wrong right here. You really don't like to see this. Now, what I could do is place down a whole bunch of roundabouts. But in order to do that, I am almost certainly going to have to start deleting a lot of chunks of city just to get major roundabouts set up. Not that that's not a good idea. Still could very well be worth it. It's just going to be an expensive idea. We can actually see a few cases over here where people are getting sick primarily from noise pollution over here, which is a very unfortunate situation. So again, best thing we can do is either divert traffic or perhaps start upgrading some roads with trees and other such things, which should help at least a little bit in reducing the noise pollution. So if we're going to have a one-way road, for example, down over here, we could at least make it have some trees. And that should improve the situation a tiny bit, hence why these guys are feeling kind of happy. Still, I don't know if that's really going to be enough. Maybe the problem is with the blimp. Have you considered that the problem is with the blimp? The blimp happens to be in an area where it is creating a lot of noise in these high-rise buildings, which are probably dangerously close to the propellers of the blimp. That could very well be the problem. And maybe I should do something about that. That looks like the 32,000 threshold. Ba-boom! We are now a colossal city, which means I get another area. That's excellent. Also, the floating cafe, a nuclear power plant, a cargo hub, ocean thermal energy conversion plant, helicopter depots, and helicopter stops if we want to start taking advantage of a whole new form of air travel, which is interesting, but not what I was going for. Let's go ahead and pick up this last little tile right... Oh, actually, we can buy these tiles out here now. Wait, we could extend in totally different directions. We can extend in totally different directions. But I still think we want to get this one. It's going to create the loop that I'm looking for right along over here. Would it be ideal to move the highway to connect up over here? Sure, but for that, I probably would need another 2 tiles, and I don't know when I'm ever going to get those. Anyway, this is a good place to stop, though, so thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.